Good evening once again, you people of YouTube. It is the three middle-aged guys, and we are bullshitting about nothing. Starting with myself, I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
The Gray Mouse won.
And yeah, this is pretty much our last Seinfeld video of the night. Because like I said, this particular week I was not doing my due diligence and actually researching about genre subjects that would actually give us things to easily talk about. So we're really just kind of.
There wasn't anything out there.
Well, no, I mean,
Don't be hard on yourself like that, man.
I could have found something. Usually, if I put my ear to the ground, I could have thought of something up. But this particular week, I just did nothing even registered. I don't know if next week is going to be any better, but that's another subject altogether. That's something for next Saturday. Okay, we are going to we are talking about probably an old subject, maybe not one that we posted about, but I know there's a video about this that I have. I probably haven't edited and posted it up yet, but we've got a few pet peeves, and the way that this came about is that we were talking about the whole concept of fat shaming. All right, let me say this right now. At the beginning of this year, I was probably weighing around. I was weighing at least 22 pounds heavier than what I'm weighing right now, and I've gotten myself down quite significantly, and as a result, went to the doctor's office, and it didn't turn out into a normal doctor's visit. It turned into a fucking cheerleading section, which made me really fucking happy, especially considering as a middle-aged guy, last few times I went to the doctor's office, I can guarantee a few things to go ahead and happen. Well, your blood pressure hasn't gone down the way that we thought it was, so we're going to go ahead and increase your dosage on these particular medications or try something new. That's when I hear a lot. Or number two, you could afford to lose a few pounds. All right. And let me just be honest. I'm 5'4". When you're weighing around 220 pounds, there isn't any place in my frame to hide that. Okay. I don't have the space. All right. And that's just being honest. So yeah. Long story short, went ahead, shelled out some money, went back to the gym, started working out again, actually sat down and got on a diet. And, over the last few months, lost 22 pounds. Now, I'm thinking you'll wait to carefully word this.
I was going to say, you try to choose your words carefully?
Yes.
Why?
Fuck that. Just say it.
Why?
If the outlook was different, if I was a modern female, that's how I'll put it. If I was a modern female,
Modern.
it would probably not be unquestionable of me to sit there and say that I was offended at the doctor even suggesting it, and that, there must be something wrong. He must have been a quack. Look, I will agree our health industry is fucked up, okay? The pharmaceutical companies want to get you hooked on their drugs, all right? And they want you on their fucking medications, and they don't want you to ever get off, okay? A lot of the doctors and a lot of healthcare professionals, the insurance companies in general, all right? Not so much the doctors, but the insurance companies in general, and the hospitals who work with them and everything else. I wouldn't say it's much of a conspiracy to say that if they keep you in a state of sustained sickness, all right, or where they don't cure anything, they just make it easier for you to live with something, so that you're always coming back to the doctor's office for some sort of fucking procedure or checkup, that, they're more apt to do that because they're a business too, and they need return customers. That's just the fucking truth. All right. So I'm not going to sit there and say that the healthcare industry has its own issues. All right. But generally speaking, when you're in a position of trying to fix things, okay, or trying to diagnose things, or trying to point out things that may be uncomfortable for somebody else to hear. All right, like if you work for Terminex and you go to somebody's old house and you tell them they have fucking termites, that may not be the thing they want to hear. Okay, if you work at Amco and somebody comes in and they've got their fucking transmission or about to fall out the bottom of their fucking car, and you're the Amco guy and you say, hey, look, your transmission is shot, that's probably not what they want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but guess what? In the case of the house, in order for them to keep that house, that's probably something they need to hear. In the case of the guy with the car with the transmission falling out, that's probably what they need to hear in order to keep that car on the road. Likewise, if you're a doctor and you sit there and you honestly go out of your way to tell your patient, you need to lose some fucking weight. You're probably not doing that out of the likelihood that it entertains you. Okay. But a lot of people sit there and find it acceptable to go ahead and rant and rave and lambaste these fucking doctors who go out of the way and say, you'd be healthier if you weighed less, which guess what? It kind of fucking makes sense. All right.
Well, you know what?
It doesn't register to me. Okay. I mean, I understand. I didn't like hearing from my doctors for the past, 5 years that it would do me good to lose at least 20 pounds. But fuck, I got to the point where it was like, I had to do something about it. And guess what? I did something about it. And last time I went to the doctor, instead of them going ahead and doing the whole hum, hey, look, at the point that we're going, next time we take your blood, we're gonna have to sit there and check your liver to make sure you're not diabetic. I fucking it turned into a cheerleading section. Guess what? It gave me incentive to keep on doing what I'm doing.
Well, let me add on to this.
No, you don't count. You're a white straight male. Your view does not count.
You're right.
This shit lord.
I'm a white cis straight male.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And the problem is that now with all these social justice warriors and all these other people, all these groups that it's pushing the politically correct nonsense, it's getting to a point to where the people like your doctors are having a hard time telling you stuff like, dude, you're overweight, or ma'am, you're overweight. You will be a lot healthier if you lose. They have to pick and choose their words now to make sure that they're politically correct, and so they can't, so you're handcuffing these professions where they can't do their job. It's gotten to that point. You know what? I want my doctor to straight up and tell me, dude, you're fucking fat. You need to lose 30 pounds or you're going to end up.
Why the fuck are they even at the doctors in the first place?
What do you mean?
Listen, you got fat motherfuckers that are going to the doctors, and then they are shaken to hear the obvious. They are shaken to hear from someone that has an actual degree and.
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh, I get you now. Yeah, they get triggered over if you get triggered for what your doctor tells you, you got some mental issues. You need to look yourself in the mirror and figure out what the fuck is wrong with you. Because the doctor's not there to make fun of you. The doctor's trying to keep your ass alive.
Look, and here's going along with that conspiracy bullshit that I sat there and I mentioned just two minutes ago, is that if a doctor sits there and gives you advice that kills you over the next few months of your lifetime. That means you can't see that doctor. That means you cannot have that family doctor for the rest of your life. You're no longer a fucking repeat customer. That is bad business.
Right.
Okay. That doesn't work out that way. Okay.
No. I don't. So that was my point. I don't understand how motherfuckers can go to the doctor and then throw a fit.
It blows my mind. It's like truth hurts or something. It's like you don't want to accept facts, and it's all facts. It's like, look, your heart is your blood pressure is too high. Your heart is over pumping. It's straining to pump blood through your system.
Hey, I mean, look, I went through a physical, and it's like, all right, lay it on.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah. Check me out. Is everything all right, or is there some shit I have to work on?
Exactly. Personally, I want my doctor to be straight up. Just tell it like it is. I might not like to hear it. You got cancer. You got this, you got that.
That's the thing I don't want to hear. But that's why you go get checked out.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, fuck. Hey, doc, make the theme great again. What the fuck I need to do in order to fucking make the theme great again?
And even this is fun. Even being middle-aged guys that we are now, there are certain tests that all men should get annually.
We all dread, or we try to stay away from them. But the funniest thing about it is, I've heard this from people. It's like, look, I was feeling just fine until I went to the doctor, and then they announced I had some shit. A lot of people don't want to deal with that, but yeah, you go to the hospital. You go to the wait. You go take a physical. You weigh 300 something pounds, and I'm not talking about muscle or anything like that. I'm talking about just stomach, shoulders, neck, legs,
neck.
Neck. Yeah, with
oh, you're talking about
with triple fold.
Neck.
No, that's chin. All right, we're talking about neck. Fold.
Neck.
It looks like a pack of unwrapped hot dogs back there.
It's fucked up when you go to a horse race and they're neck and neck. No, we're talking about that guy. No, but listen, let's face the common sense about this. You know why you're there. You need that information in order to move into the right direction if you choose to go in the right direction. I mean, look, we're not saying, just quit life. But when a doctor tells you about certain things that, you may need to want to, do this, and you take it personally, then why the fuck do you go see a doctor in the first place?
And that's not to say you can't go out of your way to get a second opinion, okay? But I'm going to tell you something. If you go out of your way...
With Obamacare, okay, fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you go out of your way to get yourself a second opinion... and that's a whole other conversation that we have another 40 minutes, all right?
Yeah, but let's not go there.
Like I said, if you go out of your way to get yourself a second opinion and the next doctor, regardless of what gender or how experienced they are, tell you the same exact fucking thing, I don't know if you need to go ahead and get yourself a third.
It's funny because I remember when I literally found out the wrong way that I was lactose intolerant when I was young. And I wanted a second opinion because when I'm 10 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, I didn't want to hear that I can't have milk with my cereal. I didn't want to hear that.
No ice cream?
I didn't want to hear it. No ice cream. I wasn't hearing that. I built barriers. I was like, no, I'm not hearing that. There has to be something else here. But lo and behold, to another doctor, same shit. So guess what? I had to cut out things in my life. And that sucked. But it was just something that I had to do. And it was like, damn.
You know, what's weird too is that what a lot of people forget as they grow older is that your metabolism slows down. You're not a 10-year-old no more, or an 8-year-old. Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is this, is that when you're a 5, 10, 11, 12-year-old running around doing whatever, you can eat anything, you know? And then when you get to our age and you try to keep that same intake of calories, you can't get rid of them as easy as you. Basically what I'm saying is, I guess, you're less active, so to speak. I mean, you're not going outside and playing, you know, you're not playing hide and seek and Red Rover. You're not doing
You can't do that nowadays anyway.
Oh, I'm saying, I mean, I'm not saying that you're, and it just to a point where you have to, you know, come to a decision to get up and make a change, you know, do sit-ups, do push-ups in the house.
But let's go back to fat shaming. Let's go back to that. As far as saying, oh, and look, when people take things personally, especially if it's facts or even if someone is making fun of you or anything like that, then okay, you have a choice to make. Either you listen or you don't, and you just move on from there. But don't try to change the whole world's point of view.
Yep.
Just because it hurts your fucking feelings.
Yep.
That's one of the main things that I hate about social justice and social justice warriors. This is one of the main reasons why Bernie Sanders didn't get my support. He's an advocate for social justice. Fuck that, okay? If someone's fat, then they're fat. Let's just cut the bullshit and let's just announce that motherfuckers.
Again, one thing too is it goes back down to self-esteem. Okay, somebody calls me fat. Okay, so you're not hurting me.
It's called self-esteem for a reason.
You know, and that's the problem, is that these kids are growing up with you know, being pampered and given trophies for participation, you know, like we mentioned earlier. And they're not building their self-esteem, because they're going to be, you know, as an adult, you will run into people that will fucking tell you to your face, you know, things that you might not like to hear, you know, and it's just dealing with them, you know, okay, so what? You call me a nerd. I play games. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, you got me real bad there. But you know what? I'm going to go home and I'm going to play video games. I'm going to go home and watch a movie, you know? So whatever, you know.
I think it's just nuts that when people, you know, get their feelings hurt and then either their life just stops or they want it to change. So, no, we're not allowed to say shit to them anymore. We're not allowed to comment. We're not allowed to have an opinion. We're not allowed to even state facts.
It goes back to what you said earlier, Theme, that it's not to a point to where facts are relevant anymore. It's to what other people think. It's to a point to where like, you know, we're not.
It's fucked up when you can't say anything about fat people, but you make fun of the healthy.